and respect the decisions of our contest officials. What you do and say during the contest reflects on your team, school, and community. Enjoy the game by being a good sport. The officials signed to today's game are Mr. Doug Durgan, Mr. Justin Anderson, Mr. Caleb Floggen, and Mr. Carter Blair. Lawrence School District also wishes to thank Cindy Purdell for sports medicine coverage at our athletic contests. A special thanks to our athletic trainer, Mr. Tony Hanica, for being here this afternoon. Now let's meet the starting lineups. Introducing first the visitors on our scoreboard, the Rams of Roseau High School. In goal, a junior, number 31, Matreo Jones. At one defense, a sophomore, number 3, Austin Clint. At the other defense, the senior, number 12, Aaron Wenslaw. At 1-4 position, junior, number 6, Preston Lundbaugh. At the other 4 position, junior, number 7, Jake Fullerton. Centering that line tonight is sophomore, number 10, Noah Ernest. Roseau High School is coached by Mr. Greg Lund. The Rams enter today's game with a record of 14, 8, and 1. Now, here's the starting lineup for your Moorhead Spuds. In goal, a junior, number 31, Kai Weil. At one defense, a sophomore, number 4, Garrett Lindbergh. At the other defense, a senior, number 5, Colby Greer. At one position, a senior, number 11, Parker Gass. At the other 4 position, a senior, number 27, Ian Ness. And center that line tonight, a senior, number 10, Joe Gordon. Moorhead School is coached by Mr. John Allen. The Spuds enter tonight's game with a record of 14 and 9. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I ask that you rise and show your respect for our flag, country, and the men and women who continue to protect our valued way of life. Please stand and face the flag and remove any headwear as our national anthem is being played.
Thank you, and good afternoon, and welcome to Moorhead Sports Center. And a big thank you going out this afternoon to Jay Thomas and his crew for allowing an earlier start on this hockey game, as the weather conditions have dictated a change in a lot of games around the state of Minnesota. And so with that in mind, Roseau wanting to get on the way early. We got an early start on this one. We're already 2.5 minutes into play, Rob. We're seeing a little bit already of the tempo that Roseau likes to play.
Yeah, they've carried a little bit of the play early on. They've got something to prove coming in here, and it's a quick business trip for Roseau, and they're getting after it early.
Ian Ness comes down the way for Moorhead, taps it out in front and scores. How's that for timing?
Yeah, we sounded silly there. Yeah. So right as we're saying it, Moorhead comes down the ice, a great centering feed on a rush, and you got that great center drive penetration from Joe Corton, and I believe it was either Gast or Ness that slipped a nifty pass in, entry pass right into Corton's tape, who just redirected it on the backhand past the Roseau netman, or I believe Moorhead's first shot, and it goes in. Good start for the Spuds.
First shot of the afternoon, and it's 1-0 Moorhead, and that line that we just saw score has been a very productive line here down the stretch. As we go behind the net and play continues there as the Rams pound it up, and then it's dished away to the far side, and the Spuds pick it up there along the wall, and out comes Ian Ness down low and into the corner. Rather, that bring in was brought in by Colin Baumgartner, and the play comes back out to center and then back into the zone, and play continues on. Here's the scoring announcement. Joe Corton gets his 5th goal. Ian Ness getting an assist, his 9th. 2:47, the time of the goal, and it's 1-0 Moorhead. One more game on the regular season, Rob, and it's hard to believe that this is already at a point where we're saying such a thing.
Well, the seasons fly by so quickly, and here we are down to the last couple of games for every team. All the section seedings are starting to shape up, and this is clearly another one of those big games that's going to impact the top of Section 8 AA.
Well, you can't help but think that Moorhead, with the record of 8-0 in section play, and the Rams, the number 2 seed so far, at 8-2 coming into tonight's play, gives us a pretty good idea of what we might expect when playoffs do begin. And it's a very good chance that these two teams will meet one more time. Here's a long pass on the near side from Mason Kraft, and as he brings it in, he goes rake wide with it. Out to the far side, Ryerson swings it down low, and from behind the net, play comes tipped out to the near side. But at the point, Jack Arnold is there, and he dishes it in, and it's deflected out to center. Spuds were offside on the play. They regroup now and change, and here comes Roseau. Out of the zone, up against the wall, deflected away to the near side and back in. Spuds with an early 1-0 lead and a Joe Corton goal just a moment ago. The play comes in, and it's dished ahead by Colby Creer, and then a connection there brings a whistle and a stop in play.
Nice, so read by Creer in the neutral zone to pick off a pass, and trying to hurry to the red line to avoid an icing, and tried to dump it in and caught a Roseau player up high. I don't know if that was intentional, Larry, maybe. We'll see.
No, it just happens that way. So we meet out at center ice, and the play gets underway to the near side, backhanded in by Lindbergh, and then it's taken away, and the Rams send it all the way back up ice, where Colby Creer gathers it in from Moorhead and sends it off to the far side. A backhand pass down deep, and the chase continues behind as Joey Simonich catches up to it, swings it off to the far corner, and it's tapped away there up against the wall. And the Rams' Aaron Wentzloff has a chance to play it out to center, and from there it's deflected back in, and it's chased down in the near corner by Austin Clint of Roseau. As you may be aware by now, this game was originally scheduled for 6 o'clock, but because of impending weather conditions and for the chance to get the game in and played, it has been moved up, and we are underway here from Moorhead Sports Center. Long pass into the zone. Off to the far side, Preston Lundbom. Back to the near side, and Weigel, who has already been tested 4 different times, and he is consistently being put into consideration for one of the top goaltenders in the state.
And the most problematic Ram for the Spuds to this point has been Noah Ernest, the junior captain for the Rams. He's an excellent player, 70 points on the season, and he's showing why already early on in this game.
He's problematic for a lot of teams.
That's certainly.
As we settle in, though, the face-off, we'll have Brennan Johnson in for Roseau against Moorhead's Joe Corton. Rolls in towards goal. Jack Arnold is there to pull it away and head out. Here's a nice tape-to-tape pass to the blue line, and Corton walks his way in, turns, shoots, sends it right down the low. They had a pretty good connection there as Ian Ness was breaking in on goal, but it was just beyond his stick. Play comes back up ice. Here's Gavin Jensen off to the far side, lifted that one up and into the netting, and that stops play. 11:24 to go. Moorhead leading it 1-0.
Another impressive junior for the Rams. The second centerman there, Gavin Jensen, 43 points on the year, showing why he's a productive player as well on that rush.
Face off to the far side of Kai Weigel. Down deep in the corner, backhanded out of the zone. Parker Gast brings it in. He's looking to set it up. Here's the centering pass, and it got just ahead of Corton. He had to catch up to it and then overran the play, and it goes right back out to the far side. Spud's giving chase, but it squirts out to center ice, and the pursuit continues there where it's picked up by Gavin Jensen of the Rams. He's on top of one of the Spuds, and Corton allows him to get back up with no further confrontation, and play continues from the near corner off to the far side, and a quick wrist pass got blocked and recovered and turned near side off the near boards and into the zone. That's icing, and that stops play.
We had mentioned that line of Corton and Ness being very productive and gassed of late, and they get the first goal tonight. And again, another nice rush on a really nice zone exit to create a 2-on-1, and they almost connected on that.
Face off to the far side of Moorhead's Kai Weigel. Comes out to the green and white, and they toss it behind the net. Played back now near corner. Scramble as they run into and run over an official. Play continues on as the outlet pass got deflected out. Here's the walk-in now to pull the trigger on it, and it's just deflected. Jake Halverson had a really good look in on goal, but it had deflected away by Weigel. Play back to the near corner. And as they lift it up and off the glass, played out in front. Here's a turnaround shot. The Spuds defense coming up with a stop. Never did get to Weigel, and play continues up ice as Alderson comes near side. Alderson working it back out to the point, turned around there. Spuds on the attack now from behind the net. Send it out, and it comes all the way out. Just able to keep it in the zone, but the throw-in is taken back by Roseau. And we go past the 10-minute mark here in the first period. Moorhead has taken a 1-0 lead, and play comes out of the Moorhead zone. Roseau already out shooting Moorhead 6-2, but the Spuds have the goal. Here's a look on the near side by Mason Kraft, and it rolls all the way around to the far point. Dish down deep into the corner, back now near side and along the wall. 9:38 and clock running. Bouncing up and off the glass, comes back near side and to the blue line, and in it goes down deep into the corner, picked up by Austin Clint. Bounced up against the glass and off the wall it plays. Now it rolls out of the zone, and as it's dished out, it comes right to Tanner George, and he brings it in. Tanner George is upended, and the Spuds are there to take the play back. Bounces off a stick. It got away from Jake Queen, and the resulting play brings us to a stop.
This will be a nuance to today's game with no junior varsity game. There's a lot more players eligible to play throughout the game. And that could be an interesting dynamic as this goes on, as traditionally the Spuds rely on their depth and Roseau relies on a couple of top lines. So we'll see how that plays out.
Off to the far side, Moorhead at center ice, backhanding it down low. It got away and it rolls all the way in. He'll wave off the icing, and play continues on as Alex Ballard picks it up. Works it out against the wall and comes all the way rink wide. Here's the walk-in move by Tanner George. He tried to slip one on. The rebound comes right back on his stick, and he continues on before it's tipped out high in the slot. Wind up on a shot, blocked away near side, and rolls off a skate. And again, it's Ballard down low, or Tanner George rather, down low to steer it away. Spud's getting a stick on it now, and the battle continues in the far corner before it's tapped loose, and the Spuds again try to take control, and the puck rolls off the boards, comes out onto the ice. Moorhead changing. Joey Simonich brings it in, and his toss off to the far side got turned around and sent up ice. The return pass comes all the way rink wide and played off the wall. Lindbergh taking a look at it. It goes to Joe Corton. He sends it far side, and Ian Ness fanned on his shot attempt. It goes behind the net, and Corton is there to pick it up. As play continues in the corner, it rolls up against the wall, then returned, and it comes all the way out to the point where Garrett Lindbergh had to come back out onto center before pulling it in. And the Spuds touch up on the play. They're back on side, but Roseau has taken control out at the far point, turned around by the Spuds. Down deep in the near corner it rolls, and a centering pass turned around. Here's a windup and a shot, just missing wide. all the way out to the far point. The Spuds take it from there and dish it down low. Ian Ness from behind the net trying to tap it up on top, giving chase. Parker Gast had a roll free. Joe Corton picks it up, sends it deep into the far corner before it's turned around there and brought back near side. Up against the wall and out. It goes almost into the rafters, just escaping the beams, and it comes all the way up ice with an icy call. 7:16 remaining in the opening period. Pardon me, a Joe Corton goal has given the Spuds a 1-0 lead.
And Roseau had started out carrying the play. They do hold the lead and shot 7-2, but I think the play is kind of neutralized, and the Spuds haven't hit the net on their shots, but they are getting a few more good looks and sustaining some pressure down low.
Face off on the near side of Altrea Jones in goal today. He has faced just a couple of shots, turned one of them away, and play has come out towards the blue line. Jack Arnold was able to just keep it from passing over and sends it back in with a long toss behind the net for Eli Wensloff. Back out it comes. This time it got out to center ice, and it's picked up by Tanner George. On his way in, he's stick handling his way right out in front. Stick handling his way loose, and it's finally covered up. Kai Weigel spotted it and did not allow a rebound and put the glove on top to keep the save.
Yeah, Jimmy Jocks showing a little feistiness for the Rams, trying to turn that 0 into a 1 as he's out front whacking away at that rebound, which is, of course, what you like to see your forwards do, but Weigel's got control of that puck.
On the near side, Gavin Jensen drew it out to the side, but the Spuds were there to pick it up. Caleb Alderson works his way through center ice. Centering pass came right back to him, and again, try it again. Bouncing up into the air, it's pulled back by Gavin Jensen of Roseau. That one got sent up and out of play. Stopping the clock with 6.5 minutes remaining. One game remaining on the regular season. Moorhead will be on the road on Saturday against Hale Murray, while the Rams will be at East Grand Forks to finish up their regular season. As the play comes down, drawn to the outer edge and back out to the point. Here's Lindberg's tossed into the corner, wind up in a shot, blocked, rebound back out near side. They'll light it up again. Try to work it out to Lindberg, who protects the boards and forces a pass rink wide, and from there it's thrown all the way up and down. It goes behind the net. Weigel steering it off to the far side. Now the Spuds from behind the net circle around and head off to the far side. The Rams are there to pull it back as Noah Ernest comes up with it and sends it down on goal, and it's scooped off the ice by Kai Weigel.
Well, that was shaping up to be potentially dangerous for the Rams there on the attack as their leading scorer. Noah Ernest got the puck with a lot of space up top, but didn't quite have the traffic to make that shot do a lot of damage as Weigel saw it pretty cleanly.
6:04 as the puck goes down. Time remaining, first period. Spuds with a 1-0 advantage as the play comes out. Aaron Wensloff turns it around, sends it all the way down, and taking a good look. Jake Halverson forcing the issue for the Rams. The Spuds play catch from corner to corner before sending it out, and it's tapped off the stick of Joey Simonich. He goes after it, and his deflection forces an extra pass. It comes out to center. Spuds will touch up on the play, and it comes back out all the way in. Scrambling after it. Great job on covering up on the play. Carver Hasbargen avoided a point-blank shot attempt by the Rams as he trailed the play in and took the puck out of danger. Back to the near side, Simonich rolls it up and out. Rolled back in by Aaron Wensloff. Down deep in the near corner and back out it comes. Carlson takes a look, and he stick handles his way up and sends it in. All the way down to the far corner, picked up on the far side by Gavin Jensen. And the Rams turn it around and head up. Slow down now as he spots there's no place to go with it, and then threw it away. Ness comes up with it. Off to the far side, wind up in the deep corner. Parker Gast pushed out of the way. The play continues on, and it's reached in and pushed out to center ice. It's 2-on-2. Here come the Rams as Brennan Johnson walks his way in, gives it back. Here's a lifted shot by Tanner George that hit hard off the plexiglass and back out into play. Rolling all the way down, it comes to the near corner. Clock is on its way, 4:35 remaining. Quickly played opening period. On the near side and up against the wall. Deflected away there, and the play comes out to Parker Gast. Leaves it there for Ian Ness. He taps it ahead, goes deep into the far corner. The outlet pass comes back. Spuds are there to pick it up, and the shot is just wide. Bounce back now near side and all the way out to center ice. Here's the walk in by Tanner George. He gives it off. 2-on-1 shot blocked away by Weigel. Oh boy. Both goaltenders would be proud of that save that just was performed by Kai Weigel to keep it at 1-0 and put the clock now inside of 4 minutes to play. Behind the net, the Spuds come in and put a stick on it and prevent the outlet pass. Then picked up in the corner by Alex Ballard. And off to the far side, gained there by Jake Queen. And all the way out to center ice it comes before being turned around and sent back in. The Spuds have just not been able to set up an offensive attack as they come down. There's a shot against the pipe and bounced behind the net. The rebound picked up by the Rams, and it's thrown up and out of the zone. And with that whistle, play stops. And so we saw Kai Weigel at one end, and then we saw another opportunity at the other end, and still no more scoring.
Yeah, goaltending is the name of the last couple of minutes there. Weigel with a spectacular save when Jensen got in on a great feed from Tanner George. And then on the flip side, Jones on the other end. Mason Kraft sneaks in and with a great bit of deception, freezes the goalie and the defender, slides it across, backdoor for Ryerson. And I don't know how Jones got across and made the save, but it stayed out of the net.
Out it comes. Spuds in the possession. Here's a long pass thrown off the boards behind the net. The bounce goes off to the far corner, picked up by the Rams, but can't control it as the Spuds come up with the loose play and throw it down behind the net. From there, Aaron Ryerson sends it up, and he missed hitting on his defenseman. He was trying to hook up on a pass to Lindbergh, but it got away, slipping all the way up ice where the Spuds go to track it down. And then a hurry-up play by the Rams to get there and force the issue. Spuds bring everybody back into the zone and head out now with a pass off on the far right side. Here's a windup and a tip down low before it's blocked away. Ernest gives chase back to the near side. The Spuds are able to pull it away and head it up on top. A quick shot there by Dufault, and it goes deep into the near corner along the near wall. Tapped up against the boards, and it comes right back out, and Dufault will control from there. A quick return along the near side. Got away from Kraft, got away from Alderson, and play goes deep into the corner where it rolls behind the net, and the Rams are there to pick it up, and they head out. Long pass near side just ahead of Preston Lundbom. Lundman goes down behind the net. Played back on the near side, and it's tapped up into the air and recovered. Thrown down deep with 2:11 to go. From behind the net plate, and then came back again. Here's a windup and a look. Ernest hit with his pass that got deflected. Tanner George had a chance. Now the Spuds pick it up, and they come on to the line at 2-on-2. Down deep into the corner. A little bit of extra speed there, but then a good check delivered by Austin Clint, and play continues on with the Rams heading up ice. Just throwing behind Tanner George. To the near side, he goes deep into the corner. Rams completing their change, and Weigel comes up to steer that one back into play. Bounces all the way out of the zone and out to center. 1:37 now showing. Back to the near side for Jake Queen. All the way down, played off to the side. Kai Weigel waited until just the very last minute before dishing it back out into play, and that sets it up for Brooks Cullen. He winds up and sends the pass out in front, and it got blocked. The rebound comes back to Cullen, and he's off to the far corner. From there, it's lifted back out and onto the center ice area. Pushed into the far corner. Colby Career had it turned around. It comes back near side. Here's a look inside by Jake Queen, and he carries it to the corner as we go to the 1 minute mark here in the opening period of play. Spuds have grabbed a 1-0 lead. The Rams are trying to set up an opportunity to score and bring the game even. A wraparound try there, swept away by Kai Weigel. He gloves it, hangs on tight, face-off coming.
A nice little offensive display from Jake Queen, defenseman for the Rams, getting down low below the goal line and did a quick wraparound attempt on Weigel. Weigel's there to make the stop, but defensively for the Spuds, you got to love the intensity of Colby Career bringing that energy and that grit and jam to the game early. I think that bodes well for the Spuds as he's defending as if his grandma's in the corner. He's trying to help her out a little bit.
That's the part of the game that I think that has improved here in the last couple of weeks is the grittiness of their defensive play.
Yeah, and it's critical. It brings a lot of energy and, of course, makes it tough on the opposition. But great job from Career and company so far this first period.
Joe Corton taps it ahead, but he was still in his own end. And on that icing play, it comes all the way back up. Whose grandma was watching?
Well, Colby was offended by somebody approaching his grandma, attacking his grandmother, so apparently.
We got to protect them all.
Yeah.
Face off far side. As they stand in, it's drawn back into the corner, played by the Rams. 40 seconds and counting down. Down deep and looking, backhanded out at the point, sent right back in. Rolls behind the net, rolls to the near corner. 30 seconds and counting. Play comes out of the zone. Spuds to track it down, but it's picked up by Aaron Wensloff. Rams take it back again. Now the Spuds put a stick on it. Now the Rams put a stick on it. And that last little flurry brings a whistle and a stop in play.
And oftentimes when you get a head-to-head confrontation in the open ice, if somebody goes down, you're going to get a kneeing or a tripping penalty. And it's being called a lot more in today's hockey than it ever used to be, but it all has to do with player safety as well. When you get those head-to-head confrontations in the open ice, injuries can happen, and they're definitely calling that tighter, and we get a tripping call.
Tripping is the call on Tanner George, and the Spuds have the power play. Final seconds here of the period, but it's tapped away. Ernest comes up with it. He's moving in alone. Tried to turn the corner. He got pushed down deep on a nice defensive play by Garrett Lindbergh. Back now near side and 3 seconds remaining. Spuds with a long pass out. They'll wind up but won't get the shot away. And as the horn sounds, the teams will head to the locker room. More on this first period when we return after one period of play. It's Moorhead 1 and Roseau 0.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day. And in return, to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful. And it really brings me back every day.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Because of weather conditions, this game got moved up considerably with a 3:45 drop of the puck. And I'm thinking also what has evolved from that little change is that gives our Valentine people a little bit extra time this evening to go out and enjoy a nice dinner.
Yeah, their plans were changed. They had all planned to come here on their dates for the game. But now they can have a double up. A little game, a little dinner.
Sounds good to me. We'd like to wish all of our sweethearts just a very happy Valentine's Day occasion as we get ready for the second period of hockey here. 1:40 left on the Roseau penalty. Tripping was called on Tanner George just before the end of the period, and he will have that time remaining at near side while the Spuds in this second period will attack left to right. They are holding on to a Joe Corton goal, his 5th of the season, and it's 1-0 Spuds. As we meet out at center ice, Alderson draws it back, and the Spuds have it. Back in their own end, they turn and look up. They've got the extra skater. And that is something also that has been on the improvement swing over the last couple of weeks, several weeks, as Moorhead throughout most of the year has been very difficult to score with the extra skater. But that percentage has risen from a 12% conversion going into today's game, just about a 20% conversion. So the last few games have certainly been an improvement in that area as the Spuds battle it out here down in the corner as they work it from behind the net. The setup there, looking it up on top, it won't go. Return to Mason Kraft. He tapped it up against the wall and it comes loose, and here come the Rams on his way through center ice. Preston Lundbom works his way down and he got ridden off the play. Spuds defense again coming up with a stop. And the play comes back up ice with Kraft, cycling off to the far side, turns the corner, looking right, and here's a center ice shot is blocked away. Ryerson was on the doorstep, picks up his own rebounds and dishes it out to the point. Safely there, it's turned around and sent down low. Ryerson again with the rebound. Brought back up on top. Here's Jack Arnold winding up, and his shot got blocked away. Rebound out to the backside, and that got blocked off to the side. Back out it comes. Arnold keeps it in. Long pass, rink wide. They set it up from there. Down low, the return pass up high, and at the point, to the near side for the point. Arnold looks from inside and goes down low. There's a shot blocked away. Rebound comes back out, and the Rams are able to clear it, and that's going to pretty well take care of the penalty time that's remaining with 15:23 remaining. So the Spuds had a couple of pretty good looks on the extra skater and unable to get one through against the defense in Altrea Jones. Play continues up ice, and here's the walk-in down low. Backhand shot blocked away by Weigel, who again comes up sparkling. Long pass out. Will there be one? Yes. There's another penalty coming up against the Rams. Collision on the far side, sending one of the Spuds players down, and that'll give Moorhead another power play situation.
Quite a save from Weigel there as Gavin Jensen was able to work his way in on net again and goes forehand, backhand, tries to tuck it around Weigel this time, but he's able to get the pad on it. And as the play turns back up the ice, Parker Gass gets some speed up the left side, but gets taken down by the Rams on a trip.
Once again, it is Tanner George that comes to side ice to serve a couple of minutes. Play to the near side. Sent around all the way up. Comes all the way down. Icing waved off as it could have been played. Back down to the near side as Moorhead lines it up. Brings it to Alderson. He sidesteps one. Backhands it down. Here's the walk-in by Ryerson down on top, and it's swept away by Austin Clint. All the way out to center ice where Garrett Lindberg picks it up and brings it right back to Alderson. Sliding his way along the wall. Turns, delivers a high shot, bouncing all the way out. And at center ice is played by Aaron Ryerson of Moorhead. Cycling back into his own end as Roseau completes their change. Ryerson comes through the zone. He skates his way to the near side. Backhand pass up on top, gets all the way to the far boards. Deflected down low. Played now into the corner where Austin Clint takes a look at it, tosses it out. Spuds just back on the ice with Ian Ness. And it comes right back to Ness on the near side as he walks his way in. Delivers it down low, looking for the centering pass. There's a shot that got blocked up and away, and Altrea Jones just got enough on the puck to tip it up and away. The recovery to Parker Gass. He does around the world, gets it out on top, and the rebound deflected all the way up and through. 35 seconds remaining. Spuds are putting a lot of offensive pressure on Altrea Jones and the Rams defense here with this power play situation, but still trying to find a way to crack one through. It's 1-0 early on here in the second period. And his shot goes down and bounced up and away as Altrea Jones steered that one off to the side. Way back now, they look into the corner. The Spuds are able to pull it loose. Backhand pass up on top, and it is swept out of the way. A long pass out of the zone, slow moving, will take time off the penalty. And the Rams have once again worked their way. Roseau has worked their way off the penalty and come back to full strength as Parker Gass brings it right back up. Real quick shot by Gass, bouncing back near side. Turned around and comes out along the near side. Brennan Johnson of Roseau. 12:43 to go in the play along Corton. Tapped it out into play. Baumgartner to pick it up. Spuds regroup as it comes near side. Corton with a little touch pass down deep into the corner. The Spuds complete their change. Aaron Wensloff picks it up and brings it back near side as the Spuds reclaim it, but we're offside. They had to touch up on the play. That gives the Rams time to come back up. Here's Jake Queen to the far side. Battled for it. And a long roll down low, and it's picked up by Queen, or picked up rather by Tanner George. And the Rams had a pretty good look inside, but it got touched and swept away. The Spuds are there to pick up the loose puck. After the far side kept in at the point, bouncing up into the air, and the found near side turn, and a shot misfired. Fanned on the shot, and the Spuds come up and bring it up with Hasbargen. Comes all the way down, and it goes all the way down with the penalty. Another stop in play with 11:49 remaining.
Well, I'd say the goaltending is the story again here at the start of the second period. Weigel with a big save on Jensen we mentioned earlier, but Jones down in the other end. The Spuds are getting really good looks across the center of the ice on the back side where normally you're seeing that hit the back of the net, but Jones is seeing it well and anticipating and getting over there to stop those chances for the Spuds.
Play behind the net, Alex Ballard. 11:43 to go. Second period of play. Rams, Gavin Jensen slipped, fell, going backside. Back on his skates, comes up and picks the play up at the point. Tried to stick handle his way loose, but Colby Creer comes up with it first. And on the outlet it goes all the way rink wide for Caleb Alderson. The return comes up. There's a shot and a goal! A rebound right up on top, about halfway up the slot, and the Spuds have made it 2-0.
Well, this play is going to be a 200-foot play for the Spuds, starting with Weigel setting it up for his defense behind the net. They find Ryerson up high in the zone, and Aaron makes a nice little play to continue up onto pace to the center. And then Aaron, what made the play is Aaron was able to elude a check from a Rams defender and get back in the play. And as they entered, a great center drive to drive the D off, and Aaron finds that soft spot up high in the slot. And a really nice job by the Spuds to find him up there, and Aaron's going to make a lot of those count.
As the scoring is being administered, we will hear that announcement here in just a moment. Here's a big hit and a spin around that sent Brennan Johnson sprawling. Play continues in the corner. Back to the near side. Here's the announcement. Aaron Ryerson. Mason Kraft gets an assist. 5:41 and the Spuds lead it 2-0. 10:37 now showing. We've got a Moorhead penalty coming. And we're at that point in the game where we start to see more penalties be issued as the game gets a little tiresome at times for the energy that has been expended.
Well, and there's a big hit at center ice. I think it was Jack Arnold stepped up and laid a nice hit on somebody, and then you start to feel it. And I think it was Corton, it looks like, who went and finished one of his checks, but I don't know if it was a little bit too much what they gave him on that one, but
yeah, I didn't see what the penalty was. Only that Joe Corton is spending a couple of minutes near the side. Here's the announcement there. And it's tripping. Moorhead will skate shorthanded. That's a number that has been impressive this year. 91% conversions skating shorthanded. Off to the far side. Backhanded down deep into the corner. Battle for it there, goes off. Rams putting a stick on it. It pops loose. Moorhead trying an outlet pass, able to get it through and send it all the way. Inside, 10 minutes to go. Back, the long pass on the near side for Noah Ernest. He carries it in. Does a nice job of getting a pass away, and the shot goes high in the air. Rebound comes down. Ernest winds up with a shot. That's blocked away by Weigel. Play comes back to the near wall. Now turned down into the corner where it's claimed by Eli Wenslaw. And the Rams try to set one up on top, and it escapes the zone. All the way down. Moorhead really putting on an effort to get this change in place before the Rams turn it. But the Rams are making sure they've got all their skaters on the ice as well. And they turn it around near side and head up with Noah Ernest. Going rink wide with it, it's turned aside and tapped back up ice. In pursuit, Aaron Wenslaw picking it up for the Rams, circles his net. Spuds have grabbed a 2-0 lead here with an Aaron Ryerson goal, his 26th of the season, and that leads the Spuds goal scorers. Back now to the near side. Walking it across the blue line and deep into the corner. Carries it behind the net. From there handled, dish down deep into the corner. Preston Lundblom had it for a moment. Out to the point for Noah Ernest. Deep in the corner, it comes back to Ernest. Up high at the point, now comes near side. Corton has worked off the penalty. He's at full strength. The Spuds have all 6 on the ice with 8:27 to go, and the shots have evened up just a bit. Right now, Roseau has 18 shots on goal, Moorhead with 13. There was a lot big differential in there early on.
Yeah, there was. It's reflective of the play, too. Both sides are generating good quality scoring chances. The difference in the shots, again, I think the Spuds have just missed the net a little bit more often than the Rams, but good play back and forth both ways.
Alex Ballard sends it in. all the way to the far corner where Aiden Dufault picks it up. Big collision down deep. Lundbom carries it behind the net. Preston Lundbom circling it off to the far side. Moorhead giving chase in there, able to reach in and set up an attack out of the zone. As it goes in, it's deflected back. Here's a centering look. Cullen goes behind the net, but can't get there in time, but forces the pass behind with Jake Queen, has it there. Back out it comes near side with a long pass deflected up and out. And that brings up icing to stop play. 7:47 to go. We're at the halfway mark. Moorhead with one in the first, one more here in the second, leading it 2-0.
We're seeing an awful lot of time from the top 5 or 6 forwards for the Rams. Spuds coming out with their third unit up front now, looking to lean on the Rams and wear them out a bit here in the middle of the second.
Face off on the near side, a Rams goaltender, Altria Jones. Up on top, it's tapped to the near side. A moment of hesitation that allowed the puck to be played, but the Spuds were able to catch up to it along the near side. Dished away up on top, a wobbling shot comes on goal. Simonich thought he had a good look. He did have a good look, but it got shut down, and the shot attempt wobbled in on goal, and it sets up the face-off.
Nice effort from this unit all the way back from the point to Dufault to Hasbargen and Cullen and Simonich, keeping the puck alive, getting another offensive zone face-off.
Play is down, drawn to the outer edge. Cullen comes up with it, taps it up against the wall, and it rolls off to the far side. Played by Aaron Wensloff. Back now near side and all the way out. Gets away from Arnold, who goes back to retrieve, and he immediately sends it rink wide. Spuds to the near side for Hasbargen. Gives it back on the far side, and here's the advance in. Cullen takes a whack at it and delivers it down before he heads off. Play goes back into the corner, and the Spuds have it. Here's a centering pass that ends up behind the net. Rolling back all the way to the near side. Hasbargen goes down. Play continues with Alderson. Up on top, here's a windup and a shot by Kraft, and he just misfired. He was aiming 5-hole, and that went shut in a hurry. And the glove save made by Altria Jones.
That's a nice shift by that third unit of Simonich, Cullen, and Hasbargen as they were able to keep the puck down. The pressure on the Rams, and good second and third efforts to keep the puck alive and down in that end, eventually popping loose where Kraft had come off on a change and got a good look in the slot.
Play comes out to the near point. Creer sends one into traffic. It's bounced away. Chase to the near corner. It got away momentarily. Now it's picked up by Noah Ernest, and he goes rink wide with it. Backhand pass comes right back to Ernest. He's ridden off the play. Picked up by Alderson. Brings it out to center. Taken it away by Rams, but it came in offside. And the face-off will be right in front of the Roseau bench.
We talked about how assertive Kerr has been defensively, and that continues here. And especially, he knows when 14's on the ice, he's getting matched up a little bit against Noah Ernest as the Rams' biggest threat, and he is looking to take away his space and eliminate him from the play, and he's doing it with some good effect thus far.
Not only does Noah Ernest score goals, he's got 28 to lead the Rams, but he also has 32 assists. 60 points registered here in this hockey season for Noah Ernest. He's just a junior. Off to the far side, up against the wall, and at the point, Joe Corton. I think that was Corton that went down hard. He got back up on his skates and chases down the rebound. Slides it along the wall, setting it up. He'll exchange now and backhand it down deep into the corner. Moorhead setting up a play there for Garrett Lindbergh, and he comes around the perimeter with it. Garrett Lindbergh now behind the net, backhands it down low. The Spuds play it off to Ryerson. Out to the point for Creer. He goes rink wide with it. Spuds walk in from there, shoot, and the rebound is blocked away. Rebound hits traffic and got loose to the near side. All the way out come the Rams. It's 2-on-2. And the long pass goes rink wide. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Spuds with a 2-0 advantage. A long shot from the far point, gloved away by Kai Weigel.
Rams do a nice job of kind of battening down the hatches there as the Spuds had a lot of zone time on the perimeter, created a couple of good looks, were able to block a shot and get out in transition, but I think they spent a little too much time defending on that shift and just didn't have the juice to get up the ice quick enough.
This puck will drop at 5:24 the second period. Spuds to pick it up and a long pass out. It comes all the way through center. We got a pursuit for it. Chased down in the corner by Ian Ness. It came back to the Rams. And up along the near wall, Gavin Wensloff plays it back out and gathered in at center ice by Gavin Jensen. Tapped up against the near side. Picked off the wall by the Spuds. They return it right back up quickly. Bounced off the stick of Parker Gast. And it comes all the way to the near side and up against the wall. Scramble for it there, and it's right back on the stick of Colin Baumgartner, who goes behind the net, pushes it off to the far side. Spuds try to clear the zone and finally do get a handle on it and pick it up. Nice job of stick handling there by Parker Gast. He did a freewheeling spin up and around and down hard he goes. Reminded me of those caps that you wear that have the spinner at the top.
Yeah.
That's what he looked like. He went horizontally. Helicopter. Yes. Helicopter spin, and once again, he spends a lot of time in the box. That's his third penalty, Tanner George.
At least tonight he is, and it's another tripping penalty as similar to the first one he had, where it's a head-to-head situation, and as Parker tried to jump around him, he leaned in to get his body on him, and a lot of times, like I mentioned earlier, they're calling that now if the player goes down in a head-to-head situation, they're calling that trip.
Out to Lindbergh on the faceoff. Spuds again with the power play. To the far side looking in, 4:25 remaining second. As they set it up, the play to the far point, Lindbergh walks his way up the slot, winds up, shoots it high and away. Rebounded out to the far side for Caleb Alderson. Down deep into the corner, it comes back out to the point. They return it to the wall. Here's a wind-up shot, blocked away, and it comes up on top. A quick replete. Down it goes, and off to the side where the Spuds are there to pick it up. Bouncing it off the near side, and Lindbergh out near the point. Takes a look, and he winds up, and he shoots that one in. It hit the pipe with the rebound. It's just wide. Back now near side. And it comes out to Lindbergh at the point. He'll throw that one in. Deflected away. Busy time for Altrea Jones as the Spuds continue to put on the pressure. Still a minute 5 on the Roseau penalty. Back out to Lindbergh. Onto the far side, returns it near side. Ryerson winds up to shoot, and it's blocked down, just missing. That one in the air. They were looking for the deflection and in. And a long pass out of the zone allows both teams to make their changes. Still 47 seconds remaining on the Roseau penalty. 3:15 remaining in the period. Moorhead owns a 2-0 lead as the play comes out of the Moorhead end. As they set it up and take a look. Scoots along and in, all the way along the wall, deep into the corner. Aiden Dufault comes back with it, tishes it down low. The setup from there, back out to Dufault. He'll exchange and send it down low. Dufault takes his place. Here's Ness. Ian Ness goes down. Here's a shot up on top, sent in by Arnold. That one got blocked and deflected away. They'll try it again from behind. A snap of the stick and a rebound comes all the way up on top. Time is running out on the penalty. Here's the wind-up and a look for Parker Gast. He shoots and it's gloved away. Roseau has come back at full strength, and they have a full complement of skaters on the ice as it's thrown out of the zone. Dufault to pick it up. Brings it near side. 2:20 now showing. Long pass. Here come the Spuds. It's 3-on-2. Winding up on the far side. It's dished down low. Back now to the near side as it's pulled off the wall by the Rams. And working his way up, Gavin Johnson sends it ahead. And from there, the icing call comes. Stopping play with 2:05. And in spite of the few little penalties that we've had, this has been a quickly played hockey game here tonight.
Yeah, just rolling by quickly. You know, it's a lot of good zone time and puck movement for the Spuds here as the game has been wearing on, some due to penalties from the Rams, and then also just that play continuing as they have control as they get back to even strength. But Rams doing a good job of fighting it off to this point.
Out to the far side. Along the wall, Garrett Lindbergh sends that shot in. Spuds continuing to put on the offensive pressure. Here's a rebound out in front and pulled in by the Rams. Preston Lundbaum brings it all the way in. Spuds catch up to the play, and that brings an arm up, and it blows a whistle, and we'll have a stop and play.
Very intelligent play by the Rams to press up the ice quickly, force the issue, and sometimes you can just draw a penalty just off of the pace and causing some chaos there on the rush with pace, and it goes down, and they're going to call clear.
Is that the first Moorhead penalty?
Baumgartner.
I think
had
one other
earlier.
one, yep. Here's a shot, and it hit the pipe. It rattled top and side and out. Play continues deep into the far corner. Colby Creer spending a couple of minutes at this side ice. Long play out. Deflected right in front. Rams back to pick it up. Spuds completing their change. 1:24 remaining in the period. Long pass to Noah Ernest. He drops it back to the point. Here's a turn and a look around by Gavin Jensen. Up on top, it's sent off far side. Ernest from there brings it back near side. Here's a wind up and a stick handling move down low. It had it poked away. Nice poke check away by Aaron Ryerson. Spuds come back on the attack. Here's a wind up and a shot right into the stomach of Aaron Winslow, and play continues. Deflected off, and now from behind the net, the Rams set it up. Final minute of play here in the second. Long play comes near side for Ernest. He'll backpedal his way in, and it drops a pass down low. There's the shot, the block, and the save. Once again, it's Kai Weigel, and it isn't as though he hasn't been tested here tonight, but he has been equal.
Yeah, again, tracking that puck, staying in front of it, makes the save. George nudges him into the net, but that's not going to count, even if it crossed the line. You can't do that. But that Jensen, Ernest, and George are creating a lot of quality chances. You can see why they are as prolific as they are in the offensive zone.
A long play out, comes all the way down. 36 seconds and counting down here in the second period. Moorhead with a 2-0 lead. Roseau with the man advantage. Tossed it off far side. Here's a wind-up and a shot. Deflected up all the way back to the near point. Austin Clint sends it into play. Here's a wind-up and a shot, that one. As he clinched his knees together to make the save, the play stops with 18 seconds remaining in the period.
But appears as though the Rams can't quite move with the urgency that they want to complete those plays and finish them. I don't know if they're fatigued from the bus ride or just the sheer amount of ice time, or maybe not at all, but we'll see as it goes on.
Moorhead claims the face-off, sends it up, but cannot clear the zone. Down deep and along the wall, Austin Clint. He tried to push one in. Loose puck picked up by Tanner George, and it comes rolling out. This will pretty well take us into the locker room. And as the horn sounds, we've played 2 periods. And we'll take you into the locker room with the score: Moorhead 2 and Roseau 0.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
In the locker room, and it's 2-0 Moorhead. Joe Corton opened up the scoring in the first period at the 2:47 mark. Aaron Ryerson got the goal in the second period at the 5:41 mark. Mason Kraft assisting on that goal. I think it was Ian Ness that assisted on Joe Corton's goal. And it's been another good night so far for Kai Weigel, as he has faced 21 shots, recording 21 saves. And Altrea Jones at the other end has faced 16 shots, 14 saves. So we've seen some pretty good hockey here, Sam Walston.
Yeah, JV played well today too.
Well, let me put it to you this way: you didn't lose.
Nope, we sure didn't. It's been okay, but one thing we've become kind of accustomed to is, number 31 playing well. That first period, he played very well, considering, I don't know, we had one goal, and that was pretty much it. It was one goal on 2 shots for the latter part of the period. Kind of watched Roseau kind of come after us a little bit. Second period was a bit better, but there's much more to give in the third.
And so with that, we've also seen some pretty good tending at the other end.
Yeah, that's been good both ways. We had a much better period shot-wise, a little bit better looks. We've got a couple power plays which have helped. Jones is playing well for them. He's been kind of their stalwart as of late, kind of making their stretch run. Roseau's playing tough. That's what they're going to do.
Rob Grammer mentioned he thought that at some point in that second period that things had slowed down just a bit. Wondering if maybe for Roseau, and that the bus legs maybe are catching up to him, or the intensity that has been applied by the Spuds. What was your thought?
I would agree there. It was either they were really fast and we were really slow in the first, or that's just how they came out. And it kind of got better in the second. And we were just, I don't know, it was just lackluster on my opinion in that first, and it was kind of tough to watch, I thought, but it was much better in the second. I think we evened the pace a little bit. Roseau, they came to play. They had nothing to save it for. They came here on a Tuesday, and you're playing Roseau on a Tuesday. You got to get up for it somehow. I just think we kind of watched them kind of come in here and kind of show us what they were doing.
What are the magic words that are said to a team from the coaching staff to inspire quicker, faster play?
Well, we just have to get back to what we've been good at the last few games. Have a little bit more intensity, a little bit more jump in our step. We're not taking the body as we've been used to. We've been pretty physical and pretty tough to play against. I just think, Roseau's kind of come in here and they're beating us to loose pucks. We just got to get after it a little bit quicker and, win races, battle a little bit harder.
The physical part of the game, we saw Parker Gass take a pinwheel move.
Yeah,
that was just right out of a helicopter funny book.
I'm glad he's okay, but he got hit pretty hard, and it's one of those things where you're playing Roseau, and we're going to hopefully see Roseau again down the road in a couple weeks. We got to come out a little bit better.
A very good chance that at some point there will be another matchup between these two teams.
Absolutely.
As we've gotten accustomed to this, and it's as it should be.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's always tough, and they've been very good down the road so far, and they tied Wayzata, had a couple other good wins in there, and they're playing well right now.
Very similar to the two teams as to the season that has been played so far. Number of games played, number of wins made, stretch games win down the stretch run here. There's no reason to think that won't happen again.
Absolutely. We're just both teams are trying to put it all together for the last few weeks here and play into the games that matter coming up.
Our thanks again to Sam Walston for being with us on our second intermission as the Spuds and Rams battle it out here at Moorhead Sports Center with the teams in the locker room. After 2 periods of play, it's Moorhead 2 and Roseau nothing.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day. And in return, to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful. And it really brings me back every day.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day. And in return, to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful. And it really brings me back every day.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com
boys basketball team was to have had a game in Bemidji tonight, but that got postponed and has been will be rescheduled. It may have already been rescheduled, so if you want to take a look at the school calendar and find out about any other changes might have taken place as we go through another weather stretch here in the Red River Valley. Time is running down. Let's take a look at how things went. First of all, Moorhead's goaltender Kai Weigel has faced 22 shots, recording 22 saves. I think we had mentioned it was off by one. And at the other end, 17 saves as they've changed the numbers once again. 11 of 12 in that second period for Altrea Jones. 22 shots faced, 20 saves for Jones. And for Kai Weigel has faced 17 shots and so far has been able to shut the door on each of those opportunities. Congratulations to the Moorhead girls hockey team as they will play Roseau tomorrow night in Thief River Falls, scheduled for a 7 o'clock drop of the puck. Game you can hear right here on 970 WGAY, 93.1 FM, and we look forward to that one as the Spuds will play for a second straight section championship, last year losing to Brainerd in a game played at Fergus Falls. This year the opponent Roseau, a traditionally strong girls hockey program in the state of Minnesota, and that'll be a great matchup for sure at Thief River Falls at Engelstad Arena. And Rob Grammer, I know you've had a chance to see a lot of hockey, especially here down the stretch run, but the Moorhead girls have certainly done a job that has been worthy of being played for the section championship.
Well, they're definitely, clearly on a mission this year. They made the final last year, and I know having a niece on the team and knowing a lot of those kids closely that it was a heartbreaking loss in the section final, and they have been earmarking this one on the calendar for an entire year, put in a lot of effort. Their play is showing that, and now they got an opportunity tomorrow night to go to that section final and earn themselves a trip to the X. Nothing like it.
It's been a long time. I've been threatening to look up and see when the last time was that Moorhead was in a state tournament game. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't remember looking at the banners there. Is it 06? Is that the last banner that's hung there for the Spud girls? And so they're
last one
ready.
I remember was played at the Fairgrounds Coliseum.
The Coliseum, that's
and
right.
I think they've been back since then, but that's the last one I remember. So that's been a while ago. Well, we're underway here. 2-0. Moorhead with the lead. The penalty on the Spuds winding down, and we're back at full strength both ways. As the play comes up, here's a delivery off to the far side, and play goes down low, dished into the corner. Let's see what kind of energy these two teams have for the third period, as the first two periods tended to be somewhat aggressive and somewhat physical, and that wears you out. Meanwhile, the play continues as it's picked up by Gavin Jensen. There's a shot down low, blocked away. The Rams are trying desperately to get on the board. A loose puck picked up and rolled out to the near side, and Colby Creer sends it in deep, and the Spuds will complete their change as it rolls out to the far point, kept in along the wall, and then dished out to center. Turning around, Tanner George to pick it up as he backpedals back into his own end. Sends it off to the far side. Here's a tap away, and the Spuds are there to pull it loose. Dishing it down, looking up on top for Mason Kraft, and it got deflected. Played off the glass high and bouncing all the way out to center ice and through just away to the near side and played up to the point. Here's a wind up and a shot blocked away. Glove save made. Rebound off to the side. Put back out into play by Kai Weigel. Back it comes all the way down. And that whistle stops play with the icing call. So I think we've seen what both of these teams were talking about in the locker room. Renewed energy to play this third period.
Roseau tried to get the jump early. They know they want to get the next goal to climb back into this thing, and they came out and have had a couple of really good looks early in the period here, and they're hoping that energy pays off to get at least cut the lead in half right here.
Play comes down on the near side. Now back on the dot and dished down deep into the corner. Preston Lundblom had it for a moment. Now it's played back to Brennan Johnson. And along the near side, it's lifted up and out. The whistle there, stopping play with 15:23 remaining. Moorhead got a goal from Joe Corton to start things out. Aaron Ryerson added one in the second, and that's where we stand. Play right off to the glove side of Moorhead goaltender Kai Weigel. Off the face-off down, it's picked up by Jack Arnold. Steers it off to the far side, returned near corner. Back up against the wall, ahead of Kraft and out. It comes all the way up, and as that crosses over the end line, another icing penalty. And that is something we may see more of here down the stretch in this third, as teams try to take a breath and get their legs back under them, is to see those icing calls be made.
And you know, when you're protecting a 2-goal lead, if you're Moorhead, you want to be conservative and make plays up the ice. If that results in icing, you'll take that as opposed to creating turnovers, trying to be a little too cute with the puck.
On the near side, Jake Queen sends one into traffic. It bounces back out. Spuds are at the blue line and in. Nice job down low. Centering pass comes right in on goal, and a stop of the play by Altrea Jones. Now we talk, and it's rightfully so, that the play of Kai Weigel has been instrumental, but at the other end, Altrea Jones has faced his share of issues here tonight as well and made the saves.
Yeah, it could easily be a 4-3 game. A lot more goals could have been scored with the types of chances that both sides have had.
Tapped into the corner where it's picked up by Aaron Wenzel. The Wentz off to the far side. Back out to center. Spuds regrouping on the play, sending it down low. Noah Ernest grabbing it. Had it pulled away by Parker Gast. And out to center it comes. Pardon me, to the near side. Played just into the zone. Moorhead there to pick it up. On the zone, Career sends it rink wide. Tap down deep into the corner. Chased by Parker Gast all the way to the far side. Spun back now to the near side early on, third period, 2-0 Moorhead. Out near the point, it comes out, and Noah Ernest goes deep into the corner with it, then brings it back up. He winds up in a quick shot there. Blocked away into the far corner. Sending it out along the wall, it's returned, and they play catch from corner to corner and back against the near wall. Now battle for it here as Parker Gast reached in for it, pulled away from him. Here's a tough angle shot from behind the goal line, and we've seen a lot more of those too. We've talked to some people who or grew up with what has become the old style of hockey, and you never shoot from behind the goal line. You got to either shoot from straight on or get out in front and muck it in.
Well, I think
times have changed.
Noah Ernest was tired, and he thought I could use the element of surprise to try to sneak one in on Weigel and bank it, but Kai was alert and ready for it.
Play comes all the way back up, and here again we'll go to the icing.
There's some implications, obviously, with this game. Roseau feels like they still have a legitimate case for the #1 seed if they can win this game tonight. They're 8-2, as you mentioned earlier in the section. This would put them at 9-2 and put the Spuds at 8-1. So the Spuds holding a slight advantage in the record, but the recent win would give them a case for it.
It would, because the rest of the records are almost identical. Roseau came into tonight's game with 14 wins, 8 losses, and a tie. Moorhead with 14 wins and 9 losses. Both teams are working on win streaks here at the end of the season. The Spuds have won their last 5. Roseau won 4 in a row before being a setback to Grand Forks Red River just earlier this week. Down low, play up against the base of the net, then back out to the far corner it rolls. A scramble for it there. Players are wrestling around, and finally it's lifted up and out of play, and it got out of play into the Moorhead bench, stopping the clock with 12:54 remaining.
And it feels like a conscious effort again there. Baumgartner just not liking the chaos and the unpredictability of that scrum, is just going to make sure he clears the puck and restore order, and it goes out of play there. Another face-off down to Weigel's right.
With the draw, Donna comes up on top for Tanner George. He throws it deep into the corner. Centering pass. The Spuds are waiting for it, and they pull it away. On his way up ice, Garrett Lindberg stops at the point, feeds it off far side, wind up in a shot into traffic, blocked away, rebound, comes all the way back near side. Dish down low, the Spuds looking up on top. A pass to Aaron Ryerson. He stick handles his way from behind the net and off to the far side, and then gives it away. And the play comes all the way to Garrett Lindberg, sends it down low, backhand shot, and the save made. He's sitting down but can't find a way to put a glove down on top. And now we've got players battling and pecking away at each other. Fortunately, I think nothing more than that. And that will stop play with 12:20 remaining. I'm not even sure there'll be a penalty assessed.
Doesn't look like it. They're going to let boys be boys down there, and you got a loose puck, and it was clearly loose. It was a great play by the Spuds, but matched again by Jones. And the puck laid loose down in there, so Kraft is whacking away, trying to jar it loose and get the rebound and get it across the goal line. And Eli Wensloff took exception to that and went after Kraft, and they pushed each other a little bit, probably exchanged Snapchats, and they'll line up again and play. You know about that, Larry.
Not even close. I've been meaning to ask you about that. What is a Snapchat?
Hey, you got me. I've heard about it.
You say it like you know.
I've heard about it. Well, I say a lot of things like I know. It's just part of the gig, isn't it?
I guess that's right. This puck goes down with 12:11 remaining. 2-0 Moorhead in the third period. Face-off in the Roseau end. Dished out to the point and sent down deep into the corner. From there, played up and dished out. It's a 2-on-1 at the blue line. Centering, no. Shot, glove, save. Well, they had Tanner George breaking in on the backside of the play, but the assault came in on the backside, and a quick wrist shot was gloved away easily by Kai Weigel.
The clever play by Dufault defensively as Clint came in on the left, and George was open out front. They called it the long body play where Dufault laid out on the ice, making it very difficult on Clint to center that puck and then forcing him to shoot from an angle that Weigel could handle easily.
Long bounce off the near wall. It comes actually in on goal where it's steered away, but not completely. And the battle continues in the attack zone for Moorhead. Ian Ness goes into the corner, plays it back. It comes back to him, and it's dished away once again. And finally, the scramble for it comes out to the near point, and Dufault turns it around. He sends it all the way around to the far point, taking a stopover briefly in the corners. Back it comes now for Aaron Wensloff. Throws it back out. Here's a quick shot, and a glove save made by Altrea Jones.
Good pressure from the Spuds, making it hard on the Rams to come out clean. Some other playoff implications out there. I know Buffalo's playing, I think, Sartell tonight. Maybe another game out there that could determine the 3 and the 4 seeds and who a second-round matchup could be.
Yeah, and the playoffs get underway 1 week from tonight.
It's coming quick.
Play up it comes to the near side. Ian Ness overplayed. It comes back to him on the pass from the point. He circles down in the corner before sending it back out, and it comes to Lindbergh, winds up to shoot, and it's just wide. Rebound kicked its way out to center ice, and with 11 minutes to go, the Spuds are backpedaling into their own end. Leading 2-0, a long play, comes all the way down. That's another icing call. Spuds are back in action again Saturday with a trip to Hill Murray, while the Rams are back in action Thursday when they take on East Grand Forks. So a quick turnaround for the Rams. Face-off now on the near side of Moorhead goaltender Kai Weigel. His numbers recently have been allowed to slip below the 2 goals allowed per game. 1.9 goals against and a 93% save ratio.
And that, it's interesting you mentioned that right now at this point, like the 2-0, 2 goals isn't usually a lot with 10:50 to go, but right now the Rams with Weigel in net and how he's playing don't feel like it's attainable, possibly. There's that type of a feeling when you're playing against Weigel when he's on his game like this.
Simonich feeds the pass ahead for Cullen, and they'll pursue it down. And from behind the net, the collision there, and the puck pokes free off to the far side. But the outlet pass just comes out of the zone, and here comes Roseau on the way in. It's 2-on-2, wind up in a shot blocked out in front. Steered away and recovered. Walking on his way in, blocked away. Dished off to the far side where Creer takes a whack at it and sends it out, but not completely. And finally, the Spuds are able to clear the zone as it comes loose and works in against Tanner George as he slides off to the far side. Play continues on behind. It comes back to George, and on the way in, he's elbowed out of the way. Dished down deep into the corner. More contact, more wrestling going on there between Creer and George. We'll see if they exchange snapshots. No, Snapchats.
Well, probably both.
To the near side, and again they're after it in the corner.
Well, they'll let the boys be boys for a certain period of time, but when they see it continue, it's like they get fidgety and want to call something, and it's going to be a hold, it looks like. But that was a heck of a battle throughout that shift between Career and Tanner George. Neither one of them backing down, and it has the feeling that they've done that before, maybe through youth hockey and through their high school careers, certainly. And you still just got to love what Colby Career is bringing to the game with that energy and that intensity. It just makes everyone else on the team feel comfortable out there.
And this time Tanner George will get credit as far as the Rams are concerned with his efforts that tied the play up, that brought the penalty, and puts the Rams on the power play. Here's a tap down low, and again, that one may have been blocked in the traffic as it comes out. We've got it set up here for a one-on-one. Sliding to the near side, Aaron Ryerson walks his way in, taken out of the play nicely by Austin Clint, and play resumes off to the far side as it's dished ahead for Preston Lundbom. Off to the far side, here's a drop pass. Walking his way in, here's a shot blocked up and blocked down and covered up. Kai Weigel recording the save.
You can see the Rams there, another quick shot, trying to use a little bit of an element of surprise on Weigel. It was a tough, shallow angle. They look a little gassed too, a little tired, so they wanted to maybe just make an attempt at it. But that's also an indication of them feeling like, how are we going to beat this guy with a shot tonight?
9:13 remaining, third period. Drawn out to the high in the slot before being dished off to the far side. Pulling up short, Gavin Jensen takes it down on top, and a jump out of the goal mouth by Kai Weigel. Puts the glove around it and holds it safely tight.
Nice job by Spud defenders there. Arnold and Lindbergh. Classic case, just tie up sticks and let your goalie find the loose puck and cover it up.
To the near side, Aaron Winslow sends it into the corner. It came back out, rink wide. There's a wind-up and a shot. That one got deflected away, or gloved rather. Shot came all the way in.
Another good look for Gavin Jensen, but Weigel on top of his crease looks very confident right now in how he's tracking the puck and seeing it come off the sticks of the Rams.
At the far point, the Rams looking in. Still a minute left on their power play situation. From behind the net, setting it up, stick handling it off to the far side. Walking his way in and looking, Gavin Jensen feeds it behind the net. Trying to find the Spuds out of position with their play. And that comes rink wide. Now sent up on top, high in the slot for Aaron Wensloff. The shot blocked away. Deep in the far corner, 39 seconds left on the Moorhead penalty. Both teams, Moorhead rather, will make this change here with 8:19 to play. And out of the zone, here comes Noah Ernest. Near side for George. Tanner George's pass got deflected into the corner, and in pursuit with Adam Dufault, it comes back near side. Up against the wall. Up high in the slot. Spuds put a stick on it. They're trying to set up a breakaway here, but it was slowed down enough. The Spuds now have a 2-on-1. Here's a wind-up and a shot, and it's blocked away. Low driving shot. Altrea Jones was there, and the Spuds have come back at full strength. Down deep into the corner. Here's the return up. Wind-up shot blocked just wide. Recovery to the Rams, and it wiggles its way loose, and the Spuds are able to get a handle on it and send it up ice. He allowed it to go by, and so no play on the puck, and the play continues on. Collision near side by Lindbergh. He turns and looks for the puck, and it's picked up by Roseau's Jake Halverson. Down deep. Tapped out to center ice. Spuds putting a stick on it. It comes near side. 7:08 to go. 2-0 Moorhead. Here come the Spuds across the blue line, holding the zone. Colby Creer sends that one. But the glove save made by Altrea Jones.
Well, and again, the fatigue of they're trying to get, especially in that power play, their top unit out there and their top players, and you can just see the fatigue setting in where they don't have the juice to make the plays that they want to make when they need to right now, the Rams. They have plenty of time to do it. They just need a burst at the right time, but it does feel like the Spuds are leaning on them, and it's a bit of a war of attrition out there right now.
As the play comes down to the point. Dish deep into the corner. Brooks Cullen picks it up behind the net. He's pinched up against the boards before the puck works loose. Here come the Rams. Out to center ice. On his way in, it's tapped ahead by Preston Lundbom. Rolls down behind the net and all the way around far side. Stick handled, working his way. It's 3-on-2 at the blue line. Drop pass there, and it was just offline and picked up and sent off to the far side. Brennan Johnson had a bead on it for a moment, and it comes back up. Players go down. Players go sprawling. Play continues out at center ice. As the Spuds bring it out the center again, they'll bring it into the zone with Mason Kraft centering it to Ryerson. It bounces off his stick all the way into the far corner. 6:13 to go. Up on front it goes, and it got away as they dished it out to the point, and the Rams take the pressure off with that long pass out of the zone. We are down to the 6:04 mark here in this third period.
So this is that point in the game. We like to talk about the most dangerous lead, right? The 2-goal lead that nobody quite understands. Why is it dangerous? Well, right now the game has the feel the Spuds are in control. They've been up 2 for a while, and then all of a sudden 1 goal from the Rams just flips the whole momentum of the game, and things tighten up a little bit. So we'll see if the Rams can make something like that happen.
To the near side, it's brought in by Joe Corton. He winds up, he shoots, and it's scooped off the ice. That one got blocked about coming off the stick. So it didn't have all the muster on it that it started out with. And that was an easy save for Altrea Jones to put play down now to his stick side. Joe Corton stands in for Moorhead. Noah Ernest in the face-off for Roseau, and it's drawn out to the point. Spuds putting a stick on it, and it's picked up by Ian Ness. Working it out to the far side, shot sent on. Well, there have been a couple of goaltenders in the works, in the book for Greg Lund's Rams this year. Waitke was in goal against Moorhead the first time around. He has taken an injury and was unavailable for tonight's play. Altrea Jones has stepped in and has been playing in the last 10 games, and his numbers are good. And he has shown every reason to think he's going to be well represented in the Rams lineup down the stretch here as we enter playoffs next week. Into the far corner. Battle for it there. Tanner George wrestling it away. Dish down deep into the corner. Sending it up on front. A nice slide across, but unnecessary as the play continues near side. Parker Gast works his way into the zone. He got spun around once again. Forces the issue off to the far side. We are at 5 minutes to go. The Spuds out of their own end. A long pass deflected, and Ernest is there to pick it up. He tried to sidestep Jack Arnold and fell and slipped, and the play continues to the near corner. Now played up along the wall for Tanner George. Working its way loose, and a pad save by Kai Weigel. Return to the outside. Spuds pick it off the wall and send it up. And a bouncing puck that slipped over the top. Slipped over the stick of Abe Carlson. On the return, it's Carlson. He carries it high in the slot, then leaves it there for Hasbargen. Works his way down deep, centering pass. Nobody there. Comes all the way through. And it works back into the corner where it's tied up to stop play. Right now we have 4:18 to go.
There again, body language telling me you see some jump from Carlson and Simonich and Hasbargen, and some slumped shoulders and heaving shoulders from the Rams. 4:18 to go. The Rams are going to have to find just a little bit of a spark here to get some energy back into the game.
Joey Simonich stands in. Moorhead has been able to utilize all 4 lines here tonight against the Rams. And as Rob Grammer has alluded to, it may be taking a hold as the Rams try to find that energy that could bring the game within 1 for now. And here's the drive out of the zone by Moorhead. Drop near side for Simonich. Winds up and sends it, but he sent it right off the skates of Jake Queen. Along the near wall and back into the corner. As they try to separate player from player, it comes loose, and it's the Rams with it. Alex Ballard brings it back to the near side, and it pops up into the air. Dufault finding it, turns it around along the near wall and out to center, where it's quickly turned around and sent back in. Dufault tracks it down. Spuds changing, Rams changing. Play continues to the near side and out, turned around and sent right back in, but offside. Ernest was still in the zone. 3:15 remaining. Dished off to the far side, and a long pass comes right to Mason Kraft as he reaches for it, slips it ahead, and it goes deep into the near corner. Back up on top for Dufault. He winds up to shoot, and it's blocked in traffic and slips away. That one had a chance, but it was blocked in the traffic and off the skates and off the sticks. It comes right back up. Tanner George sends that one in. Back it comes around behind. A wraparound try, and Weigel once again there to make the stop.
Nice build up the ice for the Rams there as they were able to stop a Spuds rush and turn in transition, and their guys again, Ernest, Jensen, and George coming in. George trying that wraparound attempt, but just kind of slow developing as he was disrupted and defended just enough by the Spuds.
2:45 here in the third period. Spuds trying to hang on to that shutout. The Rams are trying to get back into it. Long shot from the near side, bouncing off the work off the boards behind, and the return comes all the way near side. Turned right around by Aaron Wenzloff. Battle for it. Wenzloff tracks it down in the corner, centering pass, got off to the far side. From there, a shot sent on by Eli Wenzloff. And the rebound comes in, and you can tell that the Rams have reached down and have found an energy level that wasn't there just a moment ago.
Nice job by Ernest of fighting off, I believe it was Ryerson in defense, and a spin around shot that was labeled for the corner, but Weigel, tracking everything up on his crease, was able to glove it.
So a timeout has been taken, and we've got this break with 2:15 to go in the third period. It's Moorhead 2 and Roseau nothing. With 2:15 to go, it's a 2-0 Moorhead advantage. Joe Corton in the first, Aaron Ryerson in the second for the game's only counters. And as we return to the ice, Moorhead will have the face-off to the right side, stick side of play. Crucial draw here with the empty net at the other end. There are so 6 attackers in a moment as the goaltender Jones is standing in front of his bench and at the blue line waiting to see who controls the faceoff. The Rams do, and he heads off. Here's a quick turn down low, slipping back into the near side. Out at the point, shot sent on by Jay Queen. Off to the far side, and it's played down deep. Inside of 2 minutes to go. As they work it out along the near side, it is lifted up and down. In pursuit, Ian Ness can't get there in time, and it's played off, and Aaron Wenzloff brings it right back up for the Rams. Waits for the zone to clear and drops it off to Tanner George and in. And it's deflected away, and the Spuds will take a whack at it, turn around and shoot, but just wide, and that'll go as an icing call. We'll see more of those.
Yeah, and, you know, with a 2-goal lead, you know, sometimes the common thought is you get control of the puck, you take a shot at the empty net no matter where you're at. Just because it can pretty much end the game almost effectively. If it's a 1-goal lead, you might want to skate it to the red line and avoid the icing, but not a bad attempt by Parker Gass there.
That brings our clock to the 1:35 mark. Working it off and back to the near side. Lift it up, and it comes wobbling all the way down, and that one is wide right. Back to the near side, and play continues on. Wandering up the zone, here's Tanner George going rink wide with it. Ernest there turns and throws it hitting a skate, bouncing behind the net. Play continues up on top, and the Spuds will try it again. This one has a chance, and he missed it by less than a foot. And the crowd was anticipating that one. But the clock now at the 1:05 mark.
It looked like it had a chance, but it had the wrong flutter on it. Kind of spun a little right at the end. Now the Rams with 1:05, Larry, I think you want to put on the Miley Cyrus play right here where you put pucks to the net and you come in like a wrecking ball.
Whoa.
No.
Another level of understanding.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
To the near side. Behind the net, Garrett Lindbergh. All the way to the far side, 1 minute to play. As the Spuds take control of it down low and they send it out, it comes to center ice where it's reclaimed by Tanner George. The outlet pass comes dishing ahead. Spuds turn it around immediately. And the return comes in near side, but just offside. They were setting things up for the assault, but it came just a bit late, and that puts us into the face-off just outside the Moorhead blue line.
You can see there again, Lindbergh staying tight. Anytime Ernest touches the puck, they're trying to get a chip on him and take his space away. And right down to under a minute to play, they're sticking with that, and it's a good game plan on Noah Ernest.
On the face-off, it's drawn back, and the Spuds had it. Now they've got it all alone at the blue line. And drop pass back. Here's Mason Kraft. He winds up, he shoots, and it's blocked in traffic. Rebound, score! Caleb Alderson picked up the loose puck off the missed shot by Kraft, and Caleb Alderson has made this a 3-goal game.
Well, great effort play from Alderson and rewarded for some unselfish play as he came up the ice. He could have easily tried under duress to make a shot at the net, but he set up Kraft for a cleaner look. And then a really nice defensive play by the Rams to block it, but Alderson continuing on to the net gets rewarded and slams it into the empty net, and that will do it.
6th goal of the season for Caleb Alderson. And it looks like this winning streak will continue for the Spuds. Here come the Rams on the way back up, and it slipped off to the side. And to the far side it's played. Brought back in, then comes bouncing off a stick to the near wall and into the corner. We're counting down from 6. As it goes into the far corner, we're counting down as the Spuds have picked up their 6th straight win and get another shutout on their record. We'll recap our game in just a moment when we return. Our final score, Moorhead 3, Roseau 0.